A'ja Wilson is upset that Caitlin might look for a chance to relocate to Europe. A'ja has previously expressed her desire to be Nike's star, and now there's some friction because of how much Caitlin may get elsewhere.
Nonsense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides, not only from...
A'ja is upset that Caitlin will be the highest paid female basketball player in the world if she moves elsewhere. She feels that since she won MVP, she should be the most spoken about and given the greatest opportunities. But that isn't happening.
A'ja Wilson, 28 years old, 1,000 points in the regular season. Why is that not the biggest story out at the moment? And why are we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Exactly. Why when A'ja was releasing a shoe were we talking about Caitlin?
The WNBA is now one of the most watched sports thanks to Caitlin's increasing sponsorship deals and salary. However, there are still players in the league who exhibit jealousy.
She must go because of this.
Let's examine a game in which Caitlin Clark is not present.
Now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league. She's learned how to play the game, and she said, I had to learn how to play the WNBA.
A'ja thinks she's the star. Even still, there were no fans watching the WNBA before to Caitlin's arrival. The player with the greatest salary should be Caitlin. Hopefully, she relocates elsewhere and demonstrates to players like A'ja Wilson what life would be like without her.
If you guys take a look at the stands, all the seats, even the courtside seats, are empty.
The WNBA has been rocked by the possibility that Caitlin Clark would pursue a contract with a European basketball league. With competitive leagues that offer big contracts and international recognition, Europe has long been recognized as a sanctuary for elite talent in a variety of sports. Caitlin finds that playing in Europe offers substantial financial benefits, with salaries frequently surpassing those provided by the WNBA. Europe offers a chance to maintain high levels of dominance in the game while securing a financial future.
Moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. I'm not finished. Attendance for the entire league is up nearly 50% this year, and Indiana leads all teams with an average attendance of 17,035, up 319% from a year ago.
A'ja Wilson has expressed her opinions about Caitlin Clark's deal in Europe, and the money problem lies at the core of her annoyance. The notion that Caitlin could make more money elsewhere hurts A'ja, who has long dominated the WNBA. Financial security is not the only factor. It has to do with the recognition that comes with being the player with the biggest salary. Increased income equates to increased value. Additionally, A'ja's standing as one of the best players in the league is under jeopardy due to this change in earning potential. In the realm of professional sports, esteem is frequently correlated with compensation. Players with the highest salaries are frequently regarded as the most valuable both on and off the court. A'ja, who has put out endless in an attempt to establish her reputation and strengthen her place in the WNBA, she now has to deal with the unsettling possibility that Caitlin's increasing celebrity may surpass her own. This is a tough pill to swallow for someone who has represented the league for many years.
Being one of the most loved teams in the WNBA to being riddled with so much drama this season. A'ja Wilson was under fire last week for the privileged comment that she made to Kelsey Plum.
However, it goes beyond money. A'ja's response to Caitlin's Europe contract stems from her anxiety about losing her position as the league's top player. She has been the first person mentioned when talking about women's basketball for a long time. However, Caitlin's quick rise has altered that. A'ja's sense of security and prominence in the sport is damaged by the idea that Caitlin could not only outperform her, but also steal the show abroad. It takes more than simply being a fantastic player to be the face of the WNBA. It's about being the athlete who captivates the public, increases viewing, and serves as an emblem of the league on the international scene. Although A'ja Wilson has been in this role for a while, Caitlin Clark's ascent has made the two celebrities very competitive.
With it, I thought she would be unanimous. I mean, it's not even close. Because I said the most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark. And should be a top 5, if not, it should have been a top 3 MVP.
Being the best player isn't the only thing that matters to A'ja. It's about being relevant in a world that is changing quickly and where Caitlin's name is starting to be associated with women's basketball's future. The way fans view A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark is one of their most obvious distinctions. Fans enthusiastically support Caitlin both on and off the court, and she has rapidly gained a devoted fan base. Her games draw significant numbers of viewers, and she has a strong social media presence. The two players are now clearly divided as a result of this. Despite her years of success, A'ja has not been able to garner the same degree of fan commitment as Caitlin command with ease. Why has A'ja been unable to sustain the same degree of admiration, whereas Caitlin has been able to get admirers so rapidly? The thrill of fresh talent contributes to it. The next big thing usually attracts fans. Additionally, Caitlin's WNBA debut has given the league a new storyline. She is viewed by fans as the sport's future. A'ja, on the other hand, is viewed as a relic from the league's past despite her steady domination.
You're supposed to be the MVP and you only got one win out of that series. That's why I think, now I wonder if they had a 5-game series in the first round, there might be a possibility they may not win that series.
A'ja is frustrated by this lack of fan acknowledgement. She has put a lot of effort into creating her legacy. Nevertheless, she is eclipsed by someone who has only recently started to leave her impact. Losing supporters isn't the only issue here. It's about being irrelevant in a league where a player's career can be made or broken by fan loyalty. A'ja worries that if Caitlin's fan base expands, her own may decline, making her less influential in the league and in the eyes of the public. She should have become the WNBA's face after winning MVP, but now she's watching while Caitlin steals the show. A perplexing feature of Caitlin Clark's ascent is the league's seeming unwillingness to give her a complete embrace. Caitlin has encountered opposition from within the WNBA despite everything that she has done for the league in terms of activism and viewership. This opposition is unexpected considering that Caitlin has not only raised awareness of women's basketball but also implemented significant reforms including player travel on private jets. Why would the WNBA disrespect Caitlin in this manner when they need to be honoring its stars? The nature of change provides part of the solution. Caitlin stands for a new generation of athletes that are questioning the current quo.
Were so bad they got the #1 pick. You gotta be bad to get the #1 pick. And she led them to their first 20-win season in almost a decade. She led them to the playoffs. I mean, the girl deserved the award.
She's become a contentious figure due to her outspokenness, quick ascent to stardom, and readiness to advocate for improved circumstances. She is viewed by some as a player who is appending the league too soon and a threat to the status quo. However, power is also a factor in this resistance. Caitlin's authority has increased to the point that she may make demands, which can be unsettling for people who are accustomed to directing the story.
LeBron James had tennis shoes in his rookie year. He didn't have a fraction of the impact on the NBA that Caitlin Clark has had on the W.
The league's unwillingness to completely back Caitlin is indicative of a larger conflict between upholding authority and giving players a voice. Beyond her on-court exploits, Caitlin Clark has made significant contributions to the WNBA. The introduction of chartered planes, which greatly enhanced player travel circumstances, is one of her most noticeable contributions to the league. WNBA players had difficult travel schedules prior to Caitlin's lobbying, which frequently left them exhausted and unable to give their best performances. By advocating for chartered jets, Caitlin was able to give her fellow athletes a more comfortable and professional setting so they could concentrate on what they do best, engaging in basketball. Better transport conditions are just one aspect of contributions. She has been an outspoken supporter of enhancing WNBA players' entire experience, from equitable pay to improved working conditions. Even though it has also given her a target of criticism, her willingness to speak up on these concerns has made her a leader in the league. Caitlin has persisted in advocating for improvements that are advantageous to all, even in the face of opposition from the league and some of her peers. But not everyone has acknowledged these contributions. Caitlin has become the focus of controversy rather than being praised for her efforts. A'ja Wilson is among the athletes who saw Caitlin's call for change as a challenge to the status quo. As a result, there is now a divide between those who agree with Caitlin's future vision and those who oppose the reforms she advocates.
Clark, number 1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team. How crazy would that be if she went to Indiana?
The impact on viewing is one of the WNBA's biggest worries if Caitlin Clark chooses to go to Europe. Fans specifically watch Caitlin play, making her one of the most popular players in the league. She is a big attraction for the WNBA because of her exciting basketball style and her capacity to establish a personal connection with fans. The number of viewers increases while Caitlin plays, but when she's not there, the league sees a discernible drop-in. The WNBA would lose a significant amount of its viewership in addition to one of its best players. If Caitlin were to depart for Europe, it would be challenging, if not impossible, to fill the vacuum left by Caitlin's departure because of her unparalleled ability to draw viewers, or a league that is still trying to expand its fan base and raise its profile. It may be disastrous to lose a player like Caitlin. The league as a whole would not be the only one affected. A'ja Wilson and other individual players would also suffer. Sponsorship arrangements and endorsement chances would probably decline if fewer people watched games, which would have an impact on players' revenue and their capacity to develop their personal brands.
The paying customer, the audience didn't feel that way. They did not give a damn about the WNBA. Is that fair to the ladies? No, it isn't fair. But they're the paying customer. You don't tell them what they want, they tell you what they want. And they really were not feeling the WNBA to the degree that they're feeling the WNBA now, obviously because of Caitlin Clark.
If Caitlin departs and takes a sizable percentage of the audience with her, A'ja, who has previously voiced irritation over Caitlin's burgeoning star, would be in a far more challenging situation. Beyond the court, A'ja Wilson is frustrated with Caitlin Clark in the realm of endorsements, especially with Nike. AA has been a Nike athlete for many years, and she has put in a lot of effort to establish her reputation as one of the company's best athletes. Nike hasn't embraced Caitlin completely, though, despite her growing popularity. The brand has heavily promoted A'ja, while Caitlin has been neglected, mostly due to the controversy that surrounded her in the league. This is about more than just money, A'ja. It has to do with influence and recognition. An athlete's public image is shaped by endorsements, which also give them the money they need to compete at the top level. Nike's reluctance to fully embrace Caitlin illustrates the fine line that companies must walk between promoting elite talent and averting controversy.
Expected of Caitlin Clark. She's supposed to be great. She's not the Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese is, because that's a surprise, which to me is wrong. Should LeBron not have won the Rookie of the Year because he was supposed to?
Caitlin Clark has encountered strong criticism from the league and some of her teammates despite her best attempts to improve the WNBA. Important issues concerning why Caitlin is so misinterpreted are brought up by this pushback. It may appear perplexing from the outside. The WNBA has benefited greatly from Caitlin's advocacy for the league's future, improved player conditions, and increased viewership. Why, therefore, does she encounter such animosity? A lot of athletes struggle for years to get the type of recognition that Caitlin has quickly attained, and feelings of resentment and jealousy may result from these. Caitlin's success may seem like a threat to players like A'ja Wilson, who have been in the game longer and have put in a lot of effort to establish their reputations. Relocating to Europe is a pivotal moment for both the individual and the league. The contract gives her a new beginning away from the animosity she's encountered in the WNBA. Europe offers her both financial security and the opportunity to advance her profession internationally. However, her departure might have a big impact on the WNBA.
Regardless of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness. And that's why we're looking at her and we're saying greatness is on.
The league's expansion would be jeopardized if Caitlin were to leave, as this would result in a decline in viewership and fan interaction. The power dynamics in women's basketball may change as a result of this ruling. The WNBA must choose whether to change and enhance player conditions to retain future stars or run the danger of losing more talent to chances abroad as Europe emerges as a new hotspot for elite talent. The WNBA's future will be shaped by Caitlin's choice, which will affect the league's expansion as well as the career pathways of its players. Please subscribe and leave a like if you liked it. There are more videos displayed.